Oh, thank you.
I am here
It says
with,
recording. You're recording.
yes, I'm here with Brazil, Nicole, Rhonda, who's filling in for nobody, and Tom, the most recently evicted house guest, who's here to dish the dirt now on Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven.
Chocolate.
Hello, I'm Andrew Shefsick Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. It's day 32 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Kilby is the head of household in a double eviction. He nominated Owen, Michael, and Stephanie for eviction, and Willy Wonka nominated Clyde as the fourth nominee. But who will win the Topaz Power Veto? You'll find out tomorrow. But first, I'm here, of course, with Tom, our most recently evicted house guest and definite candidate for Miss Congeniality, aka, the public's America's favorite player of the season, who's here to dish the dirt on what went right and what went wrong. So, Tom, as I said in my goodbye to you, you are one of the most popular house guests of all time. And why do you think you are so popular?
Because I'm old.
That didn't help me, Tom. I was
Everyone
old.
Everyone thinks I'm stoned all the time or something. Maybe I don't know.
I respect that.
And are you?
Well, 99% of the time, yeah. On life.
So
Why not?
what do you think happened this past week with your eviction? You were up on the block against Cly and Brooke. You were nominated by Kennedy. Sorry, go ahead.
That scumbag Ronnie put a bug in that I was Willy Wonka, and I wasn't. And I don't know. Just because I've been winning too many competitions. And I should have won that last one, that BHOH for the Price is Right one.
Oh, you were so
But
close.
you got to take a chance in life, right?
True, you were so close. So I think that perhaps one of the things that may have been your downfall was actually the week that you were in power, was your head of household week, because that was your opportunity to make a lot of connections and potentially an alliance. But you went the caramel apple route, which was entertaining. But tell us, was the caramel apple thing real? Did you actually nominate based on that? Or did you actually have a plan and that was
Not really. Not really. It's your theme, Andrew. It's your theme. It's a chocolate store.
Okay.
You were just having fun, right?
So Kennedy,
yeah,
Kennedy did pick the bad apple.
No.
Oh.
I can't even remember what apples there were, but anyways. Actually, I bought some the other day there. Oh man, they're so delicious.
They look good.
Because everybody was worried that week about going up on the block. So what you could have done is you could have told, I don't know, 4 or 5 people, hey, you're safe, let's work together, start something, and let everybody else worry with the caramel apple thing. But I think you were...
Well,
go ahead.
There was a couple, but they shall remain nameless.
Why?
A couple of allies or a couple of enemies?
Allies.
Oh,
so you did start talking to, so you did start, you were working with a couple of people then. And
nobody wants to admit they're talking to an old man. What can you say?
But you're not that old. I said you're 74 on the show, but you're actually only 64, which is the new 54. Yeah. So that's barely older than Rhonda.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, and I'm 104.
I thought you were going to say 24.
So were you blindsided by this eviction, or did you see it coming?
Yeah, I kind of seen it coming. Whatever.
Why do you
it's a game.
That people would want? And I mean, I understand it from a game perspective. But I kind of went on a little bit of a rant in the Cheesecake alumni chat. It irritates me that everybody's leaving Cly in. Cly seems to be getting this pass week after week after week and not doing anything. But people who are active, like yourself and others before, are being voted out. Did you think to maybe use that to your advantage a little bit and say like, hey, I at least want to be here and Clyde's not doing anything? And
yeah, well, I did. I put that in the chat there and that, but
they just weren't biting.
They played before. I mean, he's played. She, what? Is this Cly? Is Daniel or Cly? Is Cly?
No, we're talking about Cly, who Ronnie claims has played a lot of games before but hasn't. That was another mistake.
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie, just everything Ronnie said this season was just a lie.
Yeah.
But he was entertaining.
Yeah, no. If you're not going to do the games, why are they keeping him in?
Because at the end, it's going to get all of them there.
Yeah, it's easier to keep somebody, right? If he's in a comp.
Why keep a floater?
If they're in a comp all the time, it's one less person. And
Well,
I do understand that logic.
If it goes opposite, say that they got him out and kept you, then the question would be, well, why are you getting rid of someone who, just the opposite of it all. So
it just sucks from an entertainment value, right? Like
yes,
to watch
100%.
and that's what I said in the chat. To watch the show, watching Tom and his daily videos and scenic Kelowna and the Costco and the Ogie Pogie and the caramel apples, hysterical. I mean, I've known Tom for a long time. This is just Tom on a daily basis. We get daily Tom every day. That's what he does. It's great content. So it just hurts for
hashtag Daily Tom. Go to it
on TikTok. He has a hashtag Daily Tom.
Kelowna is one of the most
on TikTok.
Kelowna is one of the most beautiful cities in Canada. And then I open up the chat and Tom has pictures of Costco, and I'm like,
I did that especially for you, Andrew.
oh dear. Well,
Costco's great though.
So was there anybody
Also
that you had like friction with,
amazing.
or like do you think there was somebody that was spearheading the get Tom out?
yeah, tell us who you hate. Yeah.
Who I hate?
Yeah.
Ronnie.
Okay. Is there anybody left in the house who you hate? You outlasted him. That's good. And you outlasted 3 people, which is very good.
Not really. No, I mean, oh well, Rayanne was pissed at me because I put her up, and that.
Why?
It's game. Like I said, I don't know. It's all the second head of household. So I mean, who are you going to put up?
When
you don't know.
When you put Rayanne up that second week, did you expect her to go out to be evicted?
No.
Oh,
Not really. I don't know.
Okay.
It's a game. Anyone could be going out who's ever up. I mean, at least you got a chance to win the veto or whatever. Then she won the fast forward.
Yeah. Well, you have a great attitude about this, which I respect. Brazil, you had a question for Tom. Remember?
Oh, are you Curtis's dad?
Am I Curtis's dad?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Finally,
No,
it's
I'm
out.
not.
It's out,
No, I'm
everybody.
I'm not.
No.
I don't know Curtis. I was hoping he was going to be
Everyone
on
knows
here.
Have you met Curtis? He just lives down the street from you.
No.
around the corner. It's like a
You
long
probably
block.
ran into him in Costco and you don't even know.
Probably. He posted a picture of it used to be frick. Cindy just told me what it was before, but it's called Dunesies. It's a pizza place down in the Mission there.
You just said something about that in the
Oh.
chat.
Yeah.
And he just posted it there today and that. But yeah, no, I don't know.
You might have seen my uncle at Costco because recently he was diagnosed with, he has, is it the pancreas? When it gets really big, it pushes on your bladder and it makes you pee a lot. I think it's the pancreas, right?
It's called pregnancy. I'll tell you.
No, like his pancreas got really big. So it's pushing on the bladder. I don't think it's the pancreas, but anyway. And
Prostate?
so his prostate,
Yeah.
thank you. So it's pushing on his bladder. So he's like
know
wearing a
all that.
catheter now. So apparently he just walks around Costco with the IV bag like Kat did at Red Lobster that one time. So in case you see an old man with an IV bag at Costco, say hi to him. It's my uncle.
I'll
You'll
go
see
up to
him.
him. Hey, this might sound weird, but do you know a guy named Andrew? How do you say your last name?
Chapstick.
Shepstick?
Sure.
Chapstick.
Yeah.
Chapstick.
Yeah, just say Andrew Chapstick. It'll
Andrew
be fine.
Chapstick.
Shepstick.
He
So
loves
Tom,
it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was wondering, were you wanting to go in and win as many competitions as you did? Because I was really surprised that you went and were winning so many. Were you wanting to, and two, those ones that you won, were they planned to win, or did they kind of fall on your lap?
What was your question?
Did you plan on winning stuff, Tom?
Did you want to win at all those competitions that you
Well,
won?
you always plan on winning stuff. I plan on winning the lottery, but it doesn't freaking happen.
So yes, you wanted to win those, yeah.
So you wanted to
Well,
win
yeah,
first
I mean-
HOH. I think that's a big question, actually, right? Like the first
Oh,
HOH,
yeah, I
like
know.
some people want to avoid it. You were going
Yeah.
to win it.
Yeah, I don't. Well, like that's like a month ago. So I mean, that's a long time. Ask me in about 10 years, and then I'll tell you the question.
You lasted a month. Like that's very, very impressive. You lasted a month. Aren't you should be
I
very
know.
proud of yourself with all these young punks and kiddos and people allegedly talking to alumni all the time. And, yeah. So
Well, especially
segue.
when you're forced into it by a guy named Andrew, and like,
Are you happy you did it though?
oh yeah, it's good. It's interesting.
Yeah.
When I first seen it online, and that I was thinking, what the hell is Andrew doing? He's talking to himself. And you're saying I'm stoned? Jesus Christ! But you know, it's interesting. He's got my bug now.
How did you find all the chatting? I think I found it interesting that you decided to put the daily videos on. And if I ever the remote chance, and like if I ever am asked to play or had to play again or forced to play because I had to, I like your like daily video thing, because to me it would like the chatting all the time, because I don't
Yeah.
like people. How did you find that was hard? Like your first day or two, were you like, oh my God?
Yeah, it was kind of annoying because I have a life.
Right?
I'm not having a baby, but you know, I mean, you know, it's well, it's interesting. I mean, but yeah, I mean, you gotta remember this, remember that. Oh, well, I'm talking to this. It's like Owen and Michael. I think they're the same people, and then you get what's his name over in England there, Callum, and that is
You're
like
the same people.
this guy drunk all the time or high all the time.
Did you ever chat with someone thinking you were chatting with someone different?
No.
You didn't do that, okay?
No.
Rhonda, did you?
No, but it happens. Like it happened in our season, right? Like every season it happens where somebody accidentally, in this past season, it was, that mess up where they thought they were talking to somebody else. Every season you have it where somebody starts a conversation and then they realize they're in the wrong chat.
You know what
Curtis
Curtis did twice in All Stars? Curtis meant to send something to me in Brazil privately, but then he would say it in the private chat. And then Curtis, being Curtis, would like try to backtrack it and just like dig it like way too.
Because it was Jonah that did it in our season a couple of times.
Love you, Curtis.
Right. And then you guys just had that one this season where
well, Andrew said the guy said he was Andrew, and then
Julian.
yeah.
You remember that, Nicole, in season 3 when Julian changed his Facebook picture to me and his name to Andrew?
Yeah, and he tried giving rules out and stuff.
Yeah.
that's genius. That is really smart though. That was good.
He also made a bot for the endurance competition.
Yeah, for which one was that?
Clockwork.
Yeah. And Tom, you actually did pretty well in the endurance competition too. You were at it till like 3 a.m. and then unfortunately you accidentally posted right when I was posting, but you did well. You did well.
I am pissed. I am pissed. That
It
was.
stings. Those
I want
ones
to talk
sting.
to the manager.
But had you won that, you would have not actually been head of household because you were evicted. So in a way, it's almost better that you didn't waste the whole 24 hours.
Well, I'm up
That
all
was going to
night
happen.
anyway, so.
That was going to happen to Rai Rai, which was so funny because Rai Rai was being blindsided in season 4, and he was going to waste like all day in doing endurance. And then Marcin spilled the beans to him, and of course, then he was like, "Well, fuck all of you! I'm going to leave this chat right now. Bye." And then he was gone instantly. But yeah. So before I segue to the group, the alumni chat stuff, because it has to be addressed. It was a big topic today. You do have 2 sets of Monopoly pieces. You have the dark blue color set and the railroads. The dark blue is Park Place and Boardwalk, and the railroads are the railroads. You get to bequeath one of them to the player of your choice, and the other will go to the next veto winner. So which one would you like to bequeath and to whom?
I can't bequeath them to 2 different people?
No, only one.
You only get to
Sorry.
bequeath one set, Tom.
It's hard. I'm going to say Stephanie.
Okay, and the dark blue or the railroads?
The dark blue.
Okay, that is the correct answer. So
We're all sitting here holding ourselves going, don't say railroads.
okay.
I mouthed railroads because I was waiting for him to actually say railroads.
I'm sorry, Brooke.
So Tom, how much time did you spend talking to alumni, would you say, in the 4 weeks that you played?
Alumni?
Yeah.
Like who, what are you talking about, alumni?
Like anybody who's played the game before. So Rhonda would be one, Corey would be one, Kat would be one.
No, not much.
Well, I guess, no, but the question would be actually, you didn't ask the correct question. How much did you time spend to talk with us about the
game.
current game? We can talk about what's the weather like in Kelowna and Ogie Pogie. The question is, are we talking about the current game? And the answer is really no.
Now I want pogos. Okay, the reason why I'm asking this is because there was quite a spiral of crap. There was actually more, Kilby made really surprising nominations than Owen, Michael, and Stephanie, which I want to ask everybody. I'll get to that after as to whether you think that was the right move or not. But part of what happened today, there was actually not that much drama in the main chat. There was more drama in the alumni chat where Kat made a comment where she said, and in my opinion, she worded this really wrong, but the direct quote was, "Whomever talks to the alumni who desperately can't let go of the game the least. Be careful who you talk to, active kids, because it's getting passed around."
Well, Andrew, she posted a different quote in the alumni chat, which made more sense.
Okay.
If you want to read that one, because then that one makes way more sense, I think.
Now, I don't know what she was referring to. Well, actually, I do know what she was referring to, but she was not referring to Brooke, who some people assumed was the person who was talking to alumni, and then Brooke got a lot of the blame for it. So Kat kind of threw Brooke under the bus unknowingly in the game, which is ironic because Kat's whole point was don't try to influence the game, and then Kat gets Brooke in trouble.
Influence the game.
Right. So I don't even know what question I had, but how do you all feel about this?
I mean, we saw it last season, and I think there's a point where it goes too far.
Did you see it last season? No, I played. So
we had someone, we had an alumni claiming to be playing the game through someone else. So, like for himself.
Do I have a really good idea as to who that would be if I thought about it for 10 seconds?
It wasn't said to me, it was said to someone else, and I'm not going to repeat it, but
is it somebody?
Yeah, so at that point, that's too far.
Is it somebody I used to find attractive and now don't?
I don't know.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about.
No, at that point, it's too far. I don't know what's going on this season, but.
So my point to Kat, because Kat then went off in I don't even remember which chat it was, but she went off. And my whole point was, I still haven't seen any evidence of any meddling, rigging, helping under anything. I mean, there's a fuck ton of freaking advantages hidden around this room that people still haven't found, that the alumni has found and is like, hello, people. And they're still not seeing it. So clearly the alumni isn't helping that much. And then I asked Kat for proof, and she's like, well, I don't have any screenshots. I'm like, well, then you have no proof. So I guess I don't know. My whole point is, as of right now, the game is still going on as normal, and I haven't seen any evidence of anything. And it will never be like televised Survivor Big Brother, because the house guests will never be fully sequestered ever. It's in an org. It's just not going to happen. So there's always going to be a little element of that. Is the line gray? Sure. But I think if somebody blatantly crosses the line and says, I know what the next HOH is, I will help you with the answers, yeah, that's cheating. But if somebody just says, hey, I don't even know what was said, but you should probably, I don't even know, but you should probably pay attention to the chocolate bars, right? Like, that's not the end of the world. I know. Yeah, right. I don't
tell you, I was looking around your room. I couldn't see freak all because it's so freaking dark.
I don't see any evidence. And then the other thing is, people were questioning Kilby's nominations of, did it come from Kilby or did it come from alumni? And Kilby, throughout just like Kat, ironically like Kat, during Virus in season 5, the whole day she was telling me, I'm putting up Chantal in Brazil. I'm putting up Chantal in Brazil. I'm lying to Curtis. I hope Curtis falls for it. I have my head in my refrigerator because I'm so nervous and I'm having hot flashes, but I'm going to put up Brazil and Chantal. And then she wins and she does it. And Curtis looks like a doofus. But that's the exact same thing that happened this time. Kilby the entire time was saying who he was going to put up to me. So
I think some of the thing is too is and maybe this is also part that there's people that have played maybe a few orgs before and people that haven't played a few orgs before. There's people that are maybe comfortable about talking to a bunch of people, right? And there's people that aren't. So I think how maybe it could be construed as a bit unfair is if you have people that have played in orgs talking to other people who've played in orgs that are alums maybe, and you have a bunch of people that don't know anybody and are shy and are just trying to play their first org for the first time, it gets a little more challenging for them, right? Like Andrews, I think your org, like I had a lot of fun. It's fun games and stuff, it's good. So I just think sometimes there's two levels of people playing. I'm smart now, I've done one. I'm not saying I'm ever going to play another org, but I understand it more now. So if it's your first one, you don't get those intricacies. You don't get that. And so I think even if it's somebody that they're not being told, hey, you should be, I heard this from this person, you should be doing that. They're still out having more of an advantage, if they're actively talking to someone. Again, like I said, Corey and I know Tom. We didn't tell Tom jack and squat. Tom, go play your own game, right? Have fun, go play your own game. I asked Tom one question. Are you in an alliance? That's it. Because we all wanted to know, because we couldn't figure it out. Tom never came in to ask me questions. I never gave Tom any information. So I think maybe that's a little bit too what Kat's alluding to, is it's just that information seems to be free flowing a lot, maybe.
the other reason why I'm still not convinced that the alumni really hasn't done shit is, in this last endurance competition, every single song quote was from the manic music Monday from season 6, and not a single house guest caught on to that. But of course,
you did tell alumni not to say anything about that,
right? But
you did tell us
if they were cheating, then they still would have. And
yeah,
well, it's not. Nobody's saying it's outward cheating, right? I don't think that's it either. Like, I don't think anybody's maliciously, and I think, Kat made the comment. I don't think anybody thinks that anybody's maliciously trying to cheat at Cheesecake. And if you are, you got that's nobody. I don't think it's that. I just think
Kat,
it's
the things that you start, Kat.
and the other
That's
thing
a
is,
shit disturber.
and not to mention, the person who was on the wall has still not been contacted about where the idol is. And I know the alumni know exactly who that person is. And Nicole even blurted out his name, and still nobody has contacted that person. So again, I feel like certain people in the alumni have done a very good job of not exposing who that is and the other stuff in the room that's been here for a month.
Crazy.
But anyway, so I still don't. I think Kat. And the thing is, what's funny is I don't think this actually started from Kat. I think somebody else wasn't happy with this alumni thing. They went to Kat, and of course, Kat likes to be the let's start a parade or what's the other word? A riot, for stuff. And so she kind of spearheaded it. So I don't even think she's the genesis of this, but she's accelerated it. And Karen made a point, and I hate to say it, Karen is right. Karen said all of the shit that happened this week in the House with this alumni chaos, there's a word, treason. Trudeau was involved in a scandal. With this whole alumni scandal, it was only because of Kat's comments. It wouldn't have even happened without Kat's comment. So.
And you're really so upset about the fact that there's chaos and messages and scandals and you just love it.
And you want to hear the funny part? Before we end, I'm going to get to the rules to the next head of household competition, because guess who the judges are for the next head of household competition? That was predetermined prior to the start of the season.
Who?
The alumni is the judge. They each get a vote. That was predetermined prior to the start of the season. But before I get to the rules, we're almost done. Tom, I asked this to everybody, and it's who would you like to see win, and who do you think will win the game?
First off, what the hell's an org?
Online reality game. So it's basically Survivor or Big Brother or The Mole, Amazing Race.
I thought it was something else. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm old. I don't know this stuff. I'm not like Dick, who's played Dick at Night and all these other things, and Andrew. Who do I want to win?
Yeah, and who do you think will win?
Stephanie.
Okay, surprise, since you gave her your color set.
I don't know. Brooke might win. Maybe Owen. Maybe Michael. Who else? I don't know. Maybe Rianne will win. It's anybody's shot. I don't care.
And you just named everyone that's nominated this week. So
yeah.
Well, there you go.
I do think this week was a big reset because and I was going to ask, and we got totally sidetracked. Do you think Kilby made the right decision to nominate Owen, Michael, and Stephanie? Even though it's heartbreaking for me because I love all three, I think it was the right move because I don't think any of those three had Kilby's best interest, and they were just strong. They were doing well. They were towards the top of the food chain, and I think Kilby needed. I think the only way it's the wrong move is if it was too early, and I don't think it was too early. But what do you all think?
I don't know who's alive soon. I don't see everybody's chat, so I have a hard time answering that question. When you ask that of everybody every week, right? I don't know. I don't know who's working with whom. I don't. I'm not. I have no idea.
It's sad to see Steph up there because I want a girl to win.
Well,
Steph is doing pretty good. I think that's why she's up there, because she almost won the show.
Well, and I think too, from just a viewer perspective, Michael seems like socially really good, right? Stephanie seems like she was in a decent position socially as well, right? So those, so if going off of that, and sure.
And even though I'm not thrilled that those three were nominated, I will say it's very telling that Kilby put the three of them up, and there was no big drama explosion of yelling and finger pointing, which means those three really weren't with Kilby. Because if those three really did have Kilby's best interest at heart, then they would have felt betrayed. I don't think the three of them felt betrayed because they were just like, yeah, it sucks. It happened.
Yeah, it's fair.
Ouch.
Ouch.
I think it was a good move. Again, it makes me sad because I'm a big fan of my team, and I have a couple teammates up there.
Oh, here we go.
But it was probably a good game. I'm just interested to see how it turns
out. Last question before I get to the rules for the head of household competition. 4 men evicted in a row. Coincidence?
Yes.
Women are after us. What can we say?
Oh, okay. I don't believe it's ever happened. It's definitely hasn't happened on Cheesecake, and I don't really recall an occurrence on Survivor Big Brother. The 4 men go first.
I just think it was happenstance, circumstance of just who they were, right? Like just their personal. It had nothing to do with the fact they associate with the male gender.
Yeah, and Willy Wonka too. Wasn't even necessarily HOH. It was Willy Wonka that got Ronnie out.
Correct. And it was Willy Wonka that got
RJ out.
RJ out. Yes. So two.
So we don't know. We don't know what gender is targeting. You know.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. So last thing. Is anybody, Tom? Is there anything else you want to say before I get to the rules to head of household and then wrap it up?
Had a great time. Nice meeting everyone. Sucks to be booted out, but what can you do? And happy Canada Day.
You really are one of my favorite house guests of all time. I never expected you to play as much as you did. I was
very pleasantly surprised.
I thought he was going to be like Clyde. That's what I thought was going to happen.
You're awesome.
If you don't play, you can't win.
Yeah, I was very impressed by you, Tom. I'd love to see you play again.
Good thing I'm outside because my head is swelling. My hat might just pop off of my head.
Okay, so let's quickly get to the rules to the next head of household competition. I know it's early, but I'm going to get to it because it's a long weekend and I'm giving people time to do it. Free from the threat of eviction, the head of household wins the perks of their private HOH bedroom, bath, blah, blah, blah. The head of household competition this week is called the Big Brother Little Election of Horrors. And here's how it works. This is the first of 2 synergy competitions this season. In Big Brother Cheesecake, I have a number of classic competitions that I must have every season. Then I have new competitions. And then I have competitions that I've tried and they're so popular that I have to bring them back. And then I have so many comps that I don't know what to do. And I have them planned out to season 12. And I'm like, shit, what do I do? So I actually twice this season, I've combined 2 classic competitions into one. So the Little Election of Horrors is a combination of the election, which I don't think Brazil or Nicole ever won, no. And yeah. And the Little Kitchen of Horrors, which Rhonda was the winner of in season 6, narrowly defeating Steven by, I think it was 1 vote.
Andrew Salaby, not Steven.
Yeah.
I thought
Salaby had the grapefruit with like the
Salaby with the grapefruit, and he never let me forget that his was better than mine.
Okay, well, you can thank Lindsay and Megan from season. Hi, Megan, from season 4 for that because they really.
And Marcin.
Yeah, and Marcin. Where are you? Anyway.
How are you, Marcin?
So here's how it works. So you must by Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time submit a video of yourself. The video must be no more than 2 minutes. That's the absolute max. I won't accept more than 2 minutes. A video of you combining 3 ordinary foods, so not scorpions, not bull testicles, 3 foods that any Western Hemisphere person would happily put in their mouth, that combined create something gross. And because this is a chocolate theme season, one of those 3 things, at least one, must be chocolate or chocolate related. Rhonda won this competition last season by combining queso sauce that had jalapeno leftovers in it, but that was just by accident. Anchovy paste and cherry Garcia ice cream, I believe. And those 3 things are all great on their own, but combined created something really, really gross. You must then take a bite out of it on camera. So in the 2 minutes, maximum 2-minute videos, it doesn't have to be 2 minutes. You have to show all 3 ingredients, put them together, and eat it. The judge, last year it was Lindsay's party, but that was we've already done that this season with Chocoland. The judge, and this was predetermined prior to the start of the season, but I know it's going to make people riled up, is the alumni. This is the election part of it. The alumni from season 1 through 6, so evicted house guests this season don't get to vote, in their alumni, sorry. So there, you can give me the finger, Tom. I love it. Give me the finger. There we go. The alumni.
And that was a good freaking answer.
Yes. Will each get 1 vote as to which one of those videos is their favorite. You must submit a video in order to win, because I already know Steven is going to try and push Clyde just to cause chaos. So Clyde actually has to put in a video if she wants to win. Kilby is outgoing head of household is not eligible to compete, and the person with the most votes will win. They will also get the orange color set, St. James Place, Tennessee Avenue, New York Avenue. And I think that's everything for that. Any comments on that? It's going to be interesting.
Is the 11 vote public, or we send it to you?
You will vote. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post each video in the alumni chat, and you will thumbs up or like the video with the thumbs up, right? Yeah. Is it the thumbs up one?
Yeah.
The blue one. Yeah. In the Facebook chat. Is it blue? Why can't I remember? It's yellow?
Yellow.
Yeah, you're right. It's
Just
yellow.
put a thumbs up.
You will
Whatever
put a
color
thumbs
you
up
desire.
by the vote. So the alumni will know who voted for what, but I'm not going to reveal on the episode. I will reveal the vote count, but I will not say which alumni voted for what, because we already have enough of that. But you will see it in your alumni chat. Any other questions?
Andrew, you need chocolate. Go eat some.
Doctor's orders.
And on that note, any last words?
Father's orders.
Last words? No? With that said, who will win the Topaz Power Veto? Find out tomorrow. And then Monday, they will have to use it. And will they use it on Owen, Stephanie, Michael, or Clyde? Tuesday is the final 3 nominees plead their case. And Wednesday is the next live double eviction, where not 1 but 2 house guests will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house, get a tummy ache from eating too much chocolate, and lose their shot at the $700 cash prize. I'm Andrew Chefsick Moonves. Take care, and remember, what's the caramel secret? They put the caramel inside the chocolate bar. Duh.
Caramel.
Night.